Hey everyone, Dario here, and today we're going to talk about do-it-yourself water cooling blocks kits from RAIJINTEK. And well, they look, but we'll have to unbox and see how it actually looks in real, because I didn't do it yet. I didn't do it before this video, and I'm really curious how everything looks. Well, and the specs, of course. In some future video, when I get the chance, I'm going to build a custom water loop with all components. Now let's go and see what I've got here with me, and going to do some detailed specifications about all of this stuff. So what are we waiting for? Let's go! I know it was about time that I do something with do-it-yourself water cooling kits, and well, it's actually really an honor to do it with RAIJINTEK, to do their custom loops and that kind of stuff, but that will have to wait, and I'll tell you why. Now let's start with the pump. Here now we have a nice pump called PM5 from RAIJINTEK, and it Atlantis series. What else could I say? It weighs 240 grams. It has a normal screw thread G1/4 inches. It's a graphite pipe and the ceramic axis. Its maximum head is 15 feet, 4.5 meters. Its maximum discharge is 480 liters per hour. Now the noise level is 20 decibels, which is really, well, I would say low, because your fans usually run at 25-28 if they are on higher RPMs, which this is in your computer, you probably won't hear it. Now life expectancy is somewhere around 50,000 hours, which is really cool. Now let's open the box and see what we got here. This pump looks actually really different from all the other pumps that I had a chance to work with, and I'm really curious actually how it works. But in this video we're not going to do that. We're just going to open the boxes and see everything, how it looks and what are the specs. So skip that. We have here some detailed manual that actually shows you how to connect, and look at this cool stuff. You could actually without any fuss connect your pump with your reservoir. That is really cool, because you don't need to buy a special pump or a special reservoir that can actually fit. This is how it goes. Now we have here some screws, and we have the pump. Now the pump doesn't have any covers, so it's, I would say, bare naked. You have the RPM here that you could change manually, or you could, and I think this is true, you could actually connect it here with the 3-pin to your motherboard, or I don't know, fan controller, and adjust the speed as you wish. As well, you have the fitting here. Well, not a fitting, but an opener for you to put the fitting in, and this is for the intake and this is for the outtake. So it looks okay, but I think it's better here to put the reservoir right on top, and it would look really nice all together. Now let's put this aside, and let's go to the next thing. Now I told you about the pump, everything you need to know. We will connect the reservoir, and here it is. This is R10 10-centimeter reservoir, and actually these reservoirs look, not actually, but they really look nice. And when I say nice, you'll see why. Because I was really curious amongst all the stuff. I was really curious about the reservoir, and oops, sorry, and this is how it looks. Now I will do a close-up, but this reservoir looks really nice, and it has here 3 threads and it has here 1 thread, and as I said, you could connect it directly to the pump. So let's actually try that immediately right away. There you go. So, in my opinion, this is very easy to adjust. I mean, you can adjust any other pump and anything like this, but this looks really simple and easy to make your water cooling loop work perfectly, because reservoir, pump, and then everything else. Now, thank God you get this extender here, so you could immediately adjust the reservoir, and it's a great thing you have on top three slots for your fittings to make it a fill port, to make something to continue the loop and that kind of stuff. 4 colors, you have the gold one that I've got, you got the blue, red and black, so you could even manage different colors with your reservoir. Now, some of the specs, it has product dimension is 64 times 100 millimeters. Its capacity is 200 milliliters of water. The threads are the same size, G1/4 inches, and it weighs 220 grams. It's aluminum and acrylic. It doesn't have any stands though, so my advice would be actually to connect it directly to the pump, because there isn't any other way to do it, and that's a bit of a, I would say, downside, but no problem. Here we have the same manual as you get with the pump, so actually that is the only way to do it. Okay, now let's continue. We did the pump and we did the reservoir. Now let's go to the blocks. Now all the water blocks have the same package. There is no difference. You have here all the list of the what's it called, the water blocks. Now you have the VRM water block, you have the GPU water block, and you have the CPU water block. Now this is the Atlantis series altogether, and let's see here. Now you have a detailed manual here for every single thing, and this one is for the GPU, I think. No, this is for the VRM, sorry. So it's actually a small, very small water block that goes to your VRMs. You get some thermal paste, you get some, let's say, a knife to spread the thermal paste, you get some barbs for your soft tubing, and you get some 2 fittings for that as well. Okay, so we did one water block. There isn't too much to say here. Maybe there are some specifications. Let's see. So its size is 16 times 58 times 16 millimeters. It has normal threads G1/4 inches, and it weighs 135 grams without the clips. The water block is copper. Let's go to the next water block. All right. Now the next one is a bit heavy, and we are going to talk about the CPU block here. Now you have the same thing as you have on this one. You have the thermal paste, you have some small knife to spread the thermal paste, you have all the screws to connect your water block to the processor, and you have a detailed, and I mean when I say detailed, I mean really detailed manual for how to place the water block on your CPU. As for this one, and you get this backplate for your motherboard depending on your socket. Now this water block looks really cool, and I'm going to show you up close. So it's nice and black with some silver parts. It really leaves a nice impression. You don't get any fittings for this one, unfortunately, but you can most likely order it, because even though you get with your VRMs, this is a bit different. So let's check some specifications. So the size dimensions are 69 times 69 times 20.2 millimeters. Normal threads, as I said, as usual, and the weight without clips is 187.99 grams. The material is copper. Also, I do have to read all of the applications for the processors. Now it supports all sockets as 775 socket, 115X, so it means 1151, 1155 and 1366, and also the 2011 sockets that you have with the X99 chipset. Also it supports AMD, all FM2 plus, FM2, FM1, AM3 plus, AM3, AM2 plus, and AM2 CPUs for the AMD. Now let's go to the GPU block. Now this GPU block doesn't cover the memories, it only covers the chip from your graphic card, and it supports a bit older graphic cards. It doesn't support the new ones, but they did manage something new right away. So you could just see here they have the 1080 Ti water block they just produced, and it supports from MSI, Gigabyte, and Asus graphic cards. Now here we have the and it's as I said, older graphic cards. So AMD Radeon from 5450, R7 series, R9 series, and these 7700 series as well. From Nvidia they have GF 210, GT 600 series, GTX 600 series, and GTX 700 series, and that same series Titan. But we have to say that, well, I have to say that it lacks only in the compartment from the VRMs, and I mean working memory from your graphic card. Now, as you can see, this is the water block. It goes like this, and it has a direct input for your graphic card. Now, the problem is with this thing, well, you have to cool your RAMs as well on your graphic card, and that means you have to probably do something, well, do it yourself with the normal shroud of the fans and of the passive shroud from your graphic card. You don't get fittings from this one as well, so you'll have to manage somehow, probably buy them and something like that. Now, finally, we have the RAIJINTEK -T3, and these are soft tubes that go with those barbs that you've seen from the VRM water block, and they'll get it. So that's all. We have the water block for your graphic card, we have the water block for your processor, we have the water block for your VRM. And the best part of it all, you have a very nice reservoir, and you have a pump that goes directly under it, and they look cool. So guys, for a very nice price, you could actually manage your even older PC with the water block for your graphic card or something like that. But of course, do check if you're into 1080 Ti or something like that. You have their new water blocks, as I said, and I'll put the links below for all this stuff so you could check it out. So guys, thank you for watching another video with me. I'm Dario from PC Crazy. Don't forget to check my friends at RAIJINTEK, their website, their social media profiles, and everything else. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more. Bye bye.